Double game week 25 is just around the corner. Let's look at my personal FPL side and talk about some of my transfer plans ahead of that Saturday deadline. Goalkeeper and defenders, let's get straight into it. Dubravka or Areola? For me, it's Dubravka with that home fixture. Yes, it's against Bournemouth, a side that are attacking quite well at the moment, but overall, I think it's most likely that Dubravka gets the clean sheet with the home fixture, so that's why he's starting. I don't think any of them will get a clean sheet, if I'm being really honest with you, but yeah, I think the way it is, we're more likely to get a Dubravka clean sheet than Areola at the moment. Defenders, I'll start with the easy ones to talk about. Estupinian and Gabriel, both fantastic fixtures, and both I think will get quite a lot of minutes. Hopefully Estupinian doesn't lose his place to Lamptey. Yeah, I think there's some injuries within the Brighton's defence as well, so possibly that helps his minutes out just a little bit more, but yeah, overall pretty happy with those fixtures, and of course that is why they're starting. Alex Moreno, on the other hand, Luca Digne is back from injury, so the Alex Moreno holiday is kind of over in a way. Yeah, I just don't think the way Alex Moreno's performed recently, yes, he's done quite alright, but he's not done excellent. I think he's quite replaceable for Emery. I think he could just go, yeah, Luca Digne, you can start today. Alex Moreno, you can start another day. I think it's going to be a lot of rotation in there, and yeah, I'm just not too confident with starting Alex Moreno, but I'll tell you why I'm starting him. Pedro Porro has got some form of injury that hasn't been assessed yet. Of course, I will give you details on TikTok, Twitter, and things like that once I know what's going on. But from what I know, Pedro Porro just hasn't had, well, he has an injury, it just hasn't been assessed yet. So that could mean less minutes for Porro, that could mean no game for Pedro Porro. We just don't know right now, so that is why he's on the bench at the moment. If it comes to it and Pedro Porro is fit, of course he would start over Alex Moreno, because I do believe Pedro Porro will get more minutes than Alex Moreno. But yeah, overall that is the defence. Midfielders, of course, 2 double game week players in my side. Really happy with that. Of course, I had to take a -4 last week. You'll see who else joined the side when I go on to the forward section. You could probably guess who it is, but let's talk about who's in the midfield at the moment. We've got Diogo Jota and Phil Foden with those double game weeks. Fantastic. For me, though, they're not my captaincy shouts this week, although very tempting to do Phil Foden. I'm going to hold off on that, and it's going to be on one of the forwards. I think you can pretty much guess who it's going to be, but we'll get to that when we get to the forwards. Saka, Burnley away, great fixture. Really good numbers for Saka at the moment. He has to play in the side, simple as. Gordon, now, it's a strange one with Gordon. He was injured, then he wasn't. He was starting, then he wasn't. He ended up playing. He's fine. He's not injured, it seems. We don't really know what's going on with Gordon, but it seems he's playing. With the injuries that Newcastle have got, he kind of has to play. There's not a lot of other people who can do that position. Of course, you've got Harvey Barnes, but maybe Gordon moves more centrally and Barnes goes on the left. We don't really know how Newcastle are going to look when they play their match, but yeah, Gordon is a good asset to have in FPL. He's cheap, he's explosive, he can get attack and returns, he's there when Newcastle need him, so I think he's a great asset for FPL, but it is tempting to get him out and maybe go for somebody else, like maybe a De Bruyne, someone else who has a big double game week, but I think the sensible thing for future planning is to keep Gordon. He's got fixtures coming up. Yes, they're not the best fixtures. There's kind of a mixed bag of fixtures for him, but at least we know we've got some games in the blanks that he will actually be able to play. Of course, I don't want to say too much about his injury because we absolutely have no idea what's going on. Eddie Howe just lies in his press conferences, which is just like not helpful whatsoever in an FPL point of view. So yeah, we'll see how he gets on, but in my eyes, I think he plays a little bit more centrally, which could be a good thing, but also could be a bad thing, playing out of position, not really sure what he's doing type thing. But yeah, he's played there for England before and done quite well, so we'll see how that goes. But midfield, really happy at the moment. Let's move on to the forwards. Now, I mentioned the -4 hit that I took last week, and of course, the person who joined the side was Darwin Nunez. Really happy, of course, getting an attack and return last week. The double this week, it's looking good for Darwin Nunez. Hopefully, he can net a few of these big chances he's getting. That's the big thing with owning Darwin Nunez. I think you've got to understand he doesn't finish really well, but he gets loads and loads of chances. I think one day it just clicks for him and he just scores so many and it's going to be crazy. Hopefully that day comes soon, and it's hopefully in this double game week. In terms of captaincy, he isn't going to be my captain. Of course, it is going to be Erling Haaland. Very tempted to triple captain Haaland. I think Man City, if they double again, it will possibly be towards more of the end of the season. You know, it could be at a point where Man City actually have the league wrapped up. Rotation comes into play, and he's not as an attractive asset for triple captaincy. Of course, with Solanke in the side, I've kept Solanke in the side because of that fantastic double. I believe it's in game week 28. Yes, it's in game week 28. He's got Sheffield United at home and Luton at home. Another possible triple captaincy shout, but I feel as though Haaland this week could be a massive triple captaincy shout. You've got De Bruyne back in the side. Phil Foden's on absolute fire. It just needs a few Haaland goals, and this triple captaincy could go absolutely crazy. Of course, a lot of people are going to be doing this with Haaland, captaining him or triple captaining him, so his effective ownership is going to be through the roof. So if you're not playing your triple captainship this week, or you're not captaining Haaland, you could see a massive red arrow or possibly a green if it goes your way. For me, I don't really want to risk that. I'm not necessarily following the pack. You know, this triple captaincy idea for a Man City player in a double game week has always been there, and it just seems like the right time is now with Erling Haaland. I could wait for that Solanke one in game week 28, but I'm just not too sure about that. I think we'll just hold off and do it with Haaland this week. But let me know who you're captaining in the comments. It's going to be really interesting to see how the effective ownership is going to go with Haaland. It possibly could be like a 230% effective ownership, but yeah, we'll just have to see with that one. Overall, really happy with the side. Of course, injuries with Pedro Porro. We don't know too much at the moment, but I wouldn't really want to start Alex Moreno, but hopefully Pedro Porro's fair. Otherwise, fantastic side. I'm looking forward to double game week 25. And that wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching to this point now. Please consider dropping a like and a subscribe if you're still watching to this point now. Hopefully that means you've enjoyed the videos and you will enjoy videos to come in the future across the entire FPL and Premier League season. But that is everything for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.